Hi everyone, I just wanted to say before we start this week's episode that this one is a special one because this week marks 1 year since we started making this show. So I'd like to start off by saying a massive thank you to everyone watching the show. We feel genuinely so lucky to have you guys watching the show each week, and we are so baffled by how nice everybody is. We get almost no negativity, which is incredible on YouTube. I also have to thank our amazing Patreon supporters. We currently have about 61 people pledging monthly, and I really couldn't be more grateful. A commenter on YouTube last week, some guy named Greg, asked how we finance the show. It's literally just the Patreon. We don't get any money from anywhere else. Everyone's working for free, but the Patreon's helping us change that. And with your continued support, we can keep making this show for another year. We're really excited to keep it going, and we can do that with your help. And one last big thank you before we start. Everyone behind the camera, everyone who comes on the show, they're all generously donating their time to make it, and that's really great. And Gamey Game really could not exist without all the people behind the camera and in front of the camera. There would be no show at all. So big thanks to those guys. It's your efforts are amazing. And one last thing. The smoke machine was a bit haywire this episode. There's too much smoke. I'm sorry about the smoke. Too much smoke. Try to look through the smoke to the episode, and you'll enjoy it more.
Oh,
G'day, I'm Evan, and welcome to Gamey Game. Joining me on the show this week, it's Bec Petraitis.
wow.
Jack Druce.
Whoa.
And Ben Russell.
My name's Ben Russell.
Before you said your name was Sega.
Well,
you said
no,
it was
I'm
Sonic.
a Sonic.
You're a Sonic.
We're all a Sonic.
I suppose. It's 1 year since we started the show, which is pretty great, which is... Well, we've got a lot of noise making. Just noticed it's really smoky. I was looking at the shot up there. Anyway.
We've been vaping. A victory vape.
Yeah, victory vape.
You know, you vape,
know what it's like.
you vape on anniversaries now.
I'm doing a new show on this set called Vapey Vape Vape. And all the
right
latest
before our show.
vape goss.
Yep.
Hey guys, talking all things vape.
We'll turn one of these into a vape.
Yeah. We vape all
Like
sorts of
that?
things. All sorts of
great.
stuff, yeah.
I associate vaping and dabbing for some reason. They're in the
That's
same
probably fair.
area of shit in my brain.
Ben, someone last week, you asked for a new catchphrase, and someone, Sean Bayer, suggested, "That really diddled my foreskin."
Well, I really feel like that's something I already say, so that really diddles my foreskin.
I like it if you say it in the context of it's something you love as well. Like you have a bite of a nice sandwich, and now this diddles my foreskin.
This sandwich really diddles my foreskin. Big shout out to those who don't have a foreskin.
Thank you, Ben.
We don't want to be, we want to be inclusive. So that diddled, just whatever it is that you that you have, and I respect that. I respect your tip.
This week we'll be taking a look at Unravel 2, which was just announced at E3 and released the same day. And we'll also be looking at Mario Tennis Aces, which came out on Friday. But first, what do you think of this thing? Sega is trying to crowdfund a toaster that toasts in the shape of Sonic the Hedgehog.
What I think?
What do you think?
I bought it.
Did you really?
I bought it.
Oh man,
Oh
that's great.
man, that's...
I've already clocked this segment. We can give up.
Oh man. They're trying to get to 1,000. And
Wow.
last time I checked, they had maybe 600. How many are they up to? Can you...
You don't
Yeah,
even
what's up?
like Sonic that much.
No, but I see this whole show.
You
as
see a
just-
marketing stunt and
No.
you have to jump on it.
I see this show, and it's this show, and I'm like, oh, it's a shopping list, right? And it's a challenge. It's another game. The Gamey game. How many things can
They're
I
up to
buy?
629 out of 1,000.
You like tattoos, Beck, so you could scoot your hand in there, come back out, get a sweet Sonic burn.
Yeah.
Ben, would you get one of these to impress your friends?
Firstly, I don't have any friends. Secondly, no, absolutely not. Thirdly, if I have friends that are impressed by this, then they're not your friends.
It's all wrong.
Yeah.
I don't even hate the idea of it. I just feel like you should. It's just burning Sonic into the middle. It should toast everything else, and
That's
then you've
what
got
I
a
thought.
bit of
Yeah.
clean white bread of
Because
just
this isn't
Sonic
even
there in the middle.
It's not even useful toast to eat. It's
No.
just bread with it.
And I hate useless toast.
Yeah. I mean, we all know what it's like in the morning when you've got an unpeeled orange and you want to put 2 bits of bread on either side of it.
Yeah.
And
Actually, that looks like a mandarin.
Yeah.
No offense.
That's all right. None taken. You know, you've got some weird blackish, purplish liquid in a cup that's not
coffee.
necessarily coffee.
No, that's
No.
definitely that's coffee.
Coffee in a glass
or
with no
flat
steam
Coke.
coming out? Yeah,
Flat
I feel
Coke.
like the person who would have this meal would have flat Coke in the morning.
Yeah, it's probably about right.
I
What-
just think this is like you know, you can jam that in. Like, what's jam? What's jam, everyone? What's jam?
It's like a
It's like a fruit.
yeah,
that's
it's like a
cons-
conserve. You like put a certain type of fruit in there.
Lots of
You
sugar.
put some sugs.
Yeah.
And you boil it.
Boil it down.
You boil it down until you just got a little the good, and then you.
So this mandarin's not jam. Sorry, I just.
No, that's fruit.
But it could be.
That's true.
Like, maybe this is like a deconstructed jam toast situation, and
Ooh,
this
very Melbourne.
liquid maybe is like a.
I feel like what you might want is like that sonic graphic sort of on the end of a brand that you can sort of heat up, like how people brand
yes.
kettle, so then you
Yeah.
can just put it on anything.
That'd be good.
Toast,
Brand nerds.
watermelon, yeah.
Finally,
great,
a way to
'cause there's
distinguish.
At E3,
Which is your
they'll
nerd?
just everyone will be funneled into a point, and an old cowboy will be like, "Yeah, get him! They send them all out! Get in there! Watch them trailers! Watch them!"
There's a Sonic and a football, and just brand different parts of society. It's like, I got a nerd, we got a jock. It's like,
I think, look, just to stand up for Sonic
Yes.
and the toast community,
Yeah.
Yes.
I like this because I think it's dumb.
I'm
And
with you
it's
so far.
like the most dumb. Like, everything about it is dumb, and that's what I feel like that's Sonic's brand that it's getting into. Like, even with like
Yeah.
latest releases, you're like, oh, this is real dumb, and this.
Just like Sonic is, it's pointless.
you know,
Sonic has so many points.
You're doing so well.
good boy, we did 100 episodes. You know what I think before we move on from this would be sick is just what I want to get this, and then I'll have like friends over or whatever, and I'm like, hey guys, I've got a special meal surprise for you, and I do it in the toast, get this on in there, completely smear it in just peanut butter or Vegemite or whatever, give it to them, they eat it, and I'm like, notice anything about that? And they're like, no, and I'm like, it was Sonic from the game. They'll be like, oh yeah,
that's
good.
cool.
He's in you now.
Yeah, he's in you.
Are we gonna do this heroin or not?
Okay, so they've got until July 12. If they don't reach their goal by July 12, 1,000 orders, then Bec won't be getting a toaster, and she'll be very disappointed.
If I don't, I hope that when you press it down, when it's done, it goes Sega. Like, that's what I want.
And
I don't think it
also,
will.
if you are in Europe, then you cannot get this little gem.
No, if you're in Ecuador, Costa Rica, Peru, Nicaragua, Panama, Honduras, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Colombia, Chile, Brazil, Belize, Argentina, Mexico, New Zealand, Canada, United States, or Australia, then you can get yourself a Sonic toaster.
Belize,
It's like some.
Belize, it's like one of the most, one of the highest crime rates in the world, but you can still get fucking toasted Sonic.
But if you're in bloody England,
No way.
Germany,
Get out of here, you bloody Germans.
France,
Those
Frenchies?
Germans would not have a bar of this.
Yeah, Frenchies. Oh, you can't put a bloody baguette in there. Je m'appelle Sonic.
Unravel 2 is a puzzle platformer which has you playing as two anthropomorphic yarn creatures they call yarnies. Let's have a quick look at the Unravel 2 trailer.
Till Queendom come. Till Queendom come. My Queendom come. My Queendom come.
Unravel 2.
Unravel 2, so I've been playing this I really, really like it. It's a really fun platformer, which I'm not usually a platformer guy. Find them a bit frustrating. But this one, I think the opening really, it's really good at sort of explaining all the mechanics to you. And it's just really enjoyable to play.
And it's just calming. Like, I feel like there's
Yeah.
been so many games lately, especially the ones that have been on this show, it's like,
Yeah.
and this one's like, eh.
Yeah.
But
We're two
also,
little yarn creatures.
this is just a quick question from my, you know how the wool guys, they fell in the water? How do you wash woolen jumpers? Every time I wash a woolen jumper, I put it in and it comes out smaller than before. Are you supposed to soak them? And like when they were getting all churned up, were they actually quite big at the beginning of this game and now they're tiny because of the water?
Well, I think if they hand wash, if you hand wash your woolen garments, then you don't get that problem as much. In cold water, it's very important. And then you have to drip dry because you can't dry that shit. That's probably where you're getting wrong.
Well, that's what's happening in this case, right? That would
yeah.
definitely be cold water.
Well,
and
but
that
they
would be
drip dry, but then they keep falling in the water. So I just worry that.
Well, it
that's-
depends if it's raw wool, because I mean that's got lanolin, which is a natural waterproofing agent.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know that I knew so much
Yeah.
about wool.
Well, there you
That was
go.
surprising. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I think I just got it's like shitty Matrix.
Yeah.
Where instead of like knowing about kung fu, I go,
Yeah.
I know about wool. Like
It's like the last day of riding on the Matrix. They're like, hey, maybe we should have like fighting and shit in this movie. In this movie about wool and textiles.
And the guy just works in a laundromat and he's the best.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of this.
Yeah.
I'm not a platformer dude either, but I appreciated its simple mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
just the
beautiful environments.
There's no score. I like that part. There's nothing to collect. It just seems to be.
Oh, I
just,
was talking about music. There is
oh
music.
no, there is music.
No, there's no like you're not attacking enemies or anything like that. There are, there's creatures and stuff that sort of threaten you. You can die, but it's not too punishing. Like if you're jumping on platforms or you're trying to get somewhere and you fall down, it's not too bad to sort of get back to where you were. And if you die, it sort of takes you back not too far. It's so frustrating when you're playing a platform that just takes you, so far back to an earlier save point that it's like, oh man.
I've been
Yeah.
playing a lot of Donkey Kong lately, the one
Oh,
that
yeah.
came out on Switch, and that's that. It'll go like, oh, you died? Oh, sad for you. Back to the beginning so you can think about what you've done. And I
Yeah.
like that because it makes you feel like, whereas this one is like, you want to have a nice time playing a nice game.
Yeah, it's still challenging, but not without as much frustration to it.
I really like like you get a lot of satisfaction out of doing things that it's not like you've cracked it or beaten the levels and you've just done a swing nicely and then you still get that like, oh, I did it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have a nice physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels
engine
really
there.
good moving around, like swinging and stuff.
Is it what it feels?
Spider-Man.
Is it what it feels like to be a gymnast? Do you reckon? Like it's that sort of vibe of like people who are very good at flipping and stuff.
And
Well,
then there's
I
a
mean-
level where you've got your like instructor just screaming at you. It's
Screaming.
like,
Yeah.
you do it better.
And you're 15 years old, and you're like, I just want to go play this game.
Yeah,
And
and
then it gets all meta.
you hurt your ankle and then your life is over and it's
Yeah.
a whole.
But you still have your gold medal, and you stare at it. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
sad.
You managed
feel
to
like-
make this quite depressing.
Yeah, sorry, everyone.
Sorry, that was not a goof. That was
Let's
like,
go back to me talking about wool.
Yeah. That was very calming.
Yeah.
Can you talk more about
The biggest enemy to these guys is the synthetic garment industry.
It brings in some really nice mechanics working between the two characters. So you control one at a time, or you can carry the other one if you like, and move around as just one of them.
Jack
one
saw
yarn.
this as a very what was the word you used?
I would describe it as extremely sexual.
There we go.
Is the why, sort of because they're original. They have, and it wears off the more you play the game. But I think like when you first start playing and they're like holding their one loose bit of yarn, and
Right,
it kind of merges
yes.
with the other one, and then they
Yep.
kind of like become each other, sort of thing. There's like
Yeah.
definitely a sense of like, all right.
You were
see
playing
what's
this and you
happening.
said the sexual tension between these two yarnies is intense. And I said the sexual tension between you and these two yarnies
Yeah.
is even more white hot.
When Ben was talking about wool before, were you okay?
He boned up.
Yeah, no, I'm aroused by wool, everyone.
So sue him.
Yeah.
Sue him.
Literally.
No kink shaming, please.
Yeah, don't yuck his yarn.
I was a little bit disappointed that this isn't out on the Switch. It's on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. It seemed like the problem was, I think from what I was reading, that because of the water effects and the physics and that sort of thing in the world, the Switch it isn't powerful enough or would need more optimization to get it running.
Okay, here we go. I'll fix it. Make the Switch even bigger. Make it sit next to a television.
Bigger Switch.
Take away the
Yeah.
screen. Give it a PlayStation
Turn it
4
into-
controller.
I think buy a PlayStation.
Turn it into a
I
console.
don't. No, I'm saying it's still the Switch, but it's just a PlayStation.
But this, I think this would work really well, like this sort of a puzzle platformer. I mean, there are a bunch already.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because I wish that this seems like something that would be so calming to play on like a plane. You know, when you're like in a.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And
If only
it's so-
PlayStation had some kind of handheld device that it had at some point, and then
What's going
stopped
on with
making
that? What's going on with the Vita?
It's not. They just were like,
Let's go
sorry,
on.
what? The Vita what? The Vita what?
You'd think with the release of the Switch that they'd be, and the massive success of the Switch,
Yeah.
that they'd
Yeah.
be looking at coming out with their own competitive product.
I feel like Sony with that, they're like, do you have? Is there any handheld gaming devices around here? It's like that lady in that monorail in the Simpsons episode. There ain't no portable handheld gaming device, and there never was. And it's just the Vita. The Vita sign that she pulls down.
I think Sony should just double down and be like, hey, it's the PlayStation 5. It's the size of a truck. Deal with it. It's so big you got to crawl inside it to play it, like one of those Avatar exoskeletons.
Yeah.
The most least practical game in the world.
I would get one.
PlayStation 5. Hop in.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's great.
You're hired. I work for Sony.
What?
You both put
Why am I-
Ubisoft, you know.
You know. You know my tricks. The future games will be streamed.
Towers.
Whoa.
Anyway, I recommend this game.
Oh yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, and if like me, you are so horny for yarn, then you're going to go wild for this game.
Yes.
Listen, you can't
Yeah.
murder anyone, so I mean,
Right.
I was like, but it's good.
It's
a good
$30.
$30, good
Yeah.
game.
And it's on.
What are you afraid of? Stop being such a coward.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
Use especially.
Use?
Use. Use guys.
Oh, use guys.
You guys out there in the internet, stop
Yeah,
being...
use.
Hey, use guys out on the computers.
I had a primary school teacher called the class Yous. They're like, Yous need to be quiet, and everyone respected them instantly from then
Wow.
on. It was just like, yep, you got it. You're the
Maybe that's
boss.
the way to get people to respect
Yeah.
us.
I had a library teacher who said, and this person says this, and all the kids, even as like year fives, were like, says.
I had a teacher who said that she couldn't. We had a big meeting with her because they were saying she was bullying other kids, and she went, I can't control what my eyes do. And it's still in my head.
Why was she talking about her eyes? What was her eyes doing?
Apparently she was rolling her eyes,
Oh, right.
and she can't control that.
Her eyes
I
killing
was-
people?
I was trying to sort of stick up for her half, like I'm like, you guys are kind of all little shits. But then I went, nah. you're
I
on
control
your own,
my
mate.
eyes
Yeah.
excellently.
Let's
I have excellent eye control.
show.
Make my eyes my bitches.
Left, right, down, normal, down again, up, left, top right. Fuck yeah, this guy's great. The best I've ever seen, kid. You're going straight to the top.
Mario Tennis Aces is the 7th Mario Tennis game. The series dates back to 1995, but this is the first one to hit the Switch. You can play as various characters from the Nintendo stable, including the titular Mario, an overweight Italian plumber. Let's see him in action.
A new Mario Tennis game is bringing a new level of skill and competition to Nintendo Switch. Mario steps onto the court in classy tennis garb for intense rallies against a variety of characters in full-blown tennis battles. New wrinkles in tennis gameplay will challenge your ability to read an opponent's position and stroke to determine which shot will give you the advantage.
Wait.
In your pen.
Stop it with the marshmallows. All right.
You want one end?
Ugh. I hate marshmallows.
Nope.
I put that one in my mouth.
No.
All right. Okay.
All right, we're back.
Tennis.
What do you guys reckon? Tennis.
Yeah.
Is it real or not?
Jack, you're a big Mario Tennis fan.
So I reckon this was one of my favorite games ever when I was a little boy with the Nintendo 64, and I was very excited to see that it came back. And just having a muck around on it today, so much fun. Like I was doing the story mode a bit, and that was great. And then we got it up 2-player, and we were playing against each other, and that was, I would say, even more fun. Loved it. Because when they introduced all the new elements, like the crazy big turbo smashes and all that stuff, because I saw that on the trailer and I was like, oh, this is going to be potentially muck it up and make it more complicated. And all it means is that there's just a bit of learning. Like I was expecting I'd jump in and I'd know how to do everything. And
Tennis is simple.
Yeah, and it's not.
You can do different shots.
Yeah, the tutorials are good. Yeah,
The purple one, purple boys,
spinny boys,
Star one?
droppy boys.
droppy boys, lobby boys. Yeah.
And it's very thrilling when you do get to like power up and get the sniper thing, deciding where you're going to go, because it's the amount of power you have is slowly going down while you're there. So it's that you just feel that pressure of like, oh, I've got to do something, got to put it somewhere clever, which often ends to people like hitting it out or into the net or stuff like that. So,
Whoa.
You alright? Cool.
Taxi.
So at the core of it, how is it gameplay-wise? How is it different to other tennis games?
I've only ever played Mario-based tennis games.
Okay.
It's in a world where everything is tennis. Like,
Yes.
that's the main thing, is that every element of the world and your skill to do anything and progress in the world is tennis-based. But that seems to be a surprise to Toad.
Right.
Like, you're going in the story mode, you're like going around with Toad, and he'll be like, the deck of this ship is a tennis court. Isn't that convenient, Mario? And it's like, yeah, dog, everything is tennis. Of course. What do you...
Oh my god, a tennis court in the forest where we are? Where the little red mark is, where you have to hit A?
You mean in this pyramid there's also a tennis court? This is crazy, Mario.
I do like that you also defeat people with the power of tennis.
Yeah.
There's something nice about that insane sense.
It's like so, as I was saying this to you before, it's like so civil compared to how Mario has dealt with his his battles in the past. Like you fight like a big plant monster thing, and in the past that plant monster would have just stomped Mario to death.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
Fireballs.
please, all right, so 2 sets, shall it be? Yes.
And I like these spin-off games where it's not like it's not Peach getting kidnapped by Bowser.
Yeah.
It's like something else happens. In this case, that little perv, Waluigi, and his pervert brother, Wario, are at it again, and they've done something.
Do you remember what it was?
Did you see the?
They turned like Luigi into a ghost,
Yeah, they gave him like a haunted-looking racket,
which is kind of terrifying.
Oh, yes.
and they're like, "Hey, Luigi, hold this. You definitely won't turn into the actual devil." And he's like, "Well, I trust you boys for some reason." And then he grabbed it and then just turned into this monster.
Even though you're clearly like serious perverts.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll trust that dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
What do those guys do?
They go, aha! I
Yeah.
like that part.
You mean what are their day jobs?
They're plumbers, aren't
What's
they
their
all
thing?
real bad
Yeah.
plumbers? But these ones are the ones they'll come and they'll fix a pipe, but not quite, so that you have to call them.
Yeah,
Wario
they're the
is-
type of plumbers where they'll be like, "Yeah, we'll be between like 10 and 5," and they're like, "That's too much time, Waluigi. Give me a narrower window. Gotta take the day off work." God.
Wario just overcharges you, where Waluigi puts hidden cameras in your house.
Doubling down. They are real perverts. Do not support them.
This game is classic Nintendo. This is why I bought a Switch. This is what I like about it. It's that, like, I suck at this game, but I want to get better. Like, I want to keep playing. And I can play this with, like, it's just super fun to play. You got a mate coming over, pop this on. It's real fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real fun 2-player game.
And I
Yep.
like, even in the adventure mode, when you suck and you lose, there's the screen that comes up and it's like, you got some experience, so it wasn't all bad.
Oh, right.
Like they've tricked you into keeping on playing, which
And
I
adventure
like.
mode is the story mode.
Yes, and
Right.
I like that there's a story in this crazy tennis world.
But
Some
it's
people
not
are
much
like,
of a story, though.
well, that's
is
the
it?
thing. People are like, you don't need it, but I kind of appreciate it because it's so silly and like it gives you some structure. It makes you feel like you're progressing somewhere.
And go through the different worlds like classic Mario. The only thing I don't like about it is you have to go through those dialogue boxes and them going, "Wah, and I just
Yeah.
don't like. Can we? Let's skip this.
Are you guys good at tennis in the real life? I feel like
You play
are.
tennis. You play tennis.
I played it a lot when I was a kid, and I am really into ping pong at the moment. But I wouldn't say I'm good. Like I know how to play.
Is this tennis? Is this what tennis feels like?
I feel like it's one of those ones where I feel like it'll be Australian Open next year, and normally I'd be excited to watch that, and now I just won't care at all because it's like, yeah, tennis. Like this is tennis now. This
It's
is new
like
tennis. It's
times
better.
1,000.
Tennis is boring now. I don't care.
Did you guys play with the swingy rackets?
No, I did. I bought
done
these.
it yet.
And I bought these, and the guy.
These aren't official Nintendo.
These are not official. Bless you, guy at EB, who said to me, "You know you don't need those," and I went, "I know."
Listen, mate, I'm wearing a big pizza necklace, all right? What I need does not come into it in the slightest, okay?
You don't know me. I'm a house filled with plastic peripherals.
Give me $300 worth of junk. I don't care what it is. Give me stuff.
This is no good. I gave it a go. You don't need this. You can do it like this.
Well,
It's so much harder, and I couldn't get it. It's so much more fun.
You can
Controlling
do this, though?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is.
Not with the controller in it though.
No.
No.
But just around the house. You can do this.
You can do it with friends.
Do it
You
on,
can do it on a
on
bus,
the train, yeah, at work.
on a plane.
You look so cool doing that.
Yeah, trying
Ready?
to...
You can do it in a moat on a boat.
Oh!
Oh,
That's something.
Yeah.
that's something.
Is that something?
It's very definitely.
Yeah, pass me one.
The marshmallow or the racket?
No, I don't want one of those.
And his dessert.
Oh,
Oh,
cheese!
Oh, that was a bad thing to do.
Little cheese ring.
The
I do. You know what I'm saying?
Not really, but...
If you did though,
Oh, if you caught it on your hand?
that would be sick.
Like a ring? Is that what it was?
I don't really know, but imagine if we did.
You are Sonic. You're just getting these rings blasted at you, gobbling them up.
Ah, you got me.
This bloke's Sonic, everyone.
Why are you surprised? I literally told you at the start of the episode.
it's so fun though. You're right. It's just, and it reminds me of there was one summer where we got Mario Tennis on 64 out from the video shop several times, and we're just playing that. Like it makes you feel young again. Like you could.
That's sad.
Okay.
It makes you feel young again, but it also ages you at double speed. So keep that in mind, people.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, it's like being in the dream world.
Yeah, and I aged 7 years with this morning when we were playing it.
You know what I like? Tekken bowling. That was fun.
Yeah, man.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, okay. Tekken bowling's fun.
Is that a mode in Mario Tennis that I missed?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I like? FIFA.
Yeah. You know what I like? Just having a beer with your friends on a hot summer afternoon.
You know what I like? Evan.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
There we go. I went from roasting to
You know what I love? Do you know what I like? Screaming.
You do.
Yeah, I love screaming.
Do you ever just like scream right into a pillow and then you feel good?
That's how I start my morning. If you don't start your morning with a good scream in a pillow, then you're starting your morning
Yeah.
wrong.
Are all of these balloons just filled with screams?
If you let them out,
I can't get that one off.
If I was a balloon salesman, that would be my whole thing. I'd be like, extra 20%, I'll fill them with screams.
You can let them out. Yes?
do you reckon Nintendo will bring out like a version like 2 or 3 months after this that you'll just have to find balloons?
Yes.
I'm coming for you, Nintendo. Watch out. You better run and hide because I'm coming for your DLCs.
I saw some people talking about this game like it's a fighting game. Is it more of a fighting game than a tennis game? Do you
Well,
think?
you've got
It's
the option
fast-paced.
you've got the option to win via knockout, where you smash their racket, which
Yeah.
is raises the stakes. So, because as someone who's broken a racket and have my racket broken one time each, Ben broke my racket.
I smashed him.
When you break someone's racket, you feel like you are the one real god, and then when you have your racket broken, you feel like you're an idiot who doesn't deserve to be here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
It's real fun.
It raises the emotional
And what's the,
stakes.
where do you actually sit on that scale?
In real life,
What's the truth of that?
Oh, he's a
I'm one of many gods, and I'm allowed to be wherever I want.
pantheon. What god? What are you of?
Just chilling.
The god of chillin'.
Yeah.
Oh man, I fucking pray to you every day.
Just kicking it, you know?
Yeah, man, I'm the god of a big chill.
Do you-
Movie.
How do you,
Does every movie have a god?
I hope if it does, then I want to meet the. I want to meet me.
Okay.
Whew. I've been moving house.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry about my facial hair too.
you keep
alright.
apologizing. It's still good.
It's not.
It is.
Fine. It's all right.
That's good.
Look, at least
Thanks, guys.
This,
You-
this
He's beautiful. He's a beautiful boy.
but when it grows at the start, it seems like it just wants the neck.
What the neck wants, the neck has.
Yeah.
I'd give anything to just be just free of this curse of hair.
Yeah.
Just a little hairless nugget, little thumb, blown in the breeze.
Maybe we should wrap
Oh,
up.
I love
what is-
Chain Chomp. I just wanted to also
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out to Chain Chomp.
Oh, yeah?
Chain Chomp should be in every other game. Like Super Smash, get Chain Chomp in there. He bounces the ball on his head, and then he has the racket in his hand like this.
Wait,
I love
but give me one of those marshmallows. You gotta do a shot like that.
Do a shot.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, ready?
all right, hang on.
Nope. We'll
No,
just
that was-
until we
Sorry,
can.
sorry.
Until we get this.
I think you should throw it yourself so you know where
Oh,
it's gonna come. Oh yeah.
we'll
yeah,
be
ready?
here. We'll just cut it
Sorry, I'll go one
when
more.
we get it right. But then we'll be here. We'll probably be here till like. Keep going. Keep going. Just cut it until we get.
Yay! Sort of.
That was 5 hours ago since we started.
Yeah.
That's it for this week.
What
Oh,
the
wow.
fuck is
Oh,
this?
my God.
Present for you from the crew.
Oh, wow. This is
we-
amazing.
Can you shove it in his face?
You also get this.
Yay.
It looks really good. I want to shove your
amazing.
face in it.
Thanks,
Shove his
crew.
face in it.
Look at this. How do you... I want to show it on camera.
But don't. Yeah.
Ready,
It
Evan?
looks like a top hat.
It looks like a cake. Yeah, put it on your hand.
It looks a little bit like a top
Here
hat.
we go. Oh gosh. No, I get it. Okay.
Milady.
It's anyway.
Oh, man, this is
Beautiful.
amazing.
Congratulations, Evan.
Yay.
Yeah, just tip it. Tip it a little. Tip it so we can get a good shot.
Am I gonna wreck it if I brace that a
Don't
little bit?
fucking touch it.
It looks like styrofoam, but it's much heavier than styrofoam.
Is that good?
Styrofoam, famously light.
Yeah.
It looks lovely.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Give it a lick, Ben.
I'd love to just chomp down in there.
You should chomp it.
You should chomp it.
Yeah.
I want you
Yeah.
to bite into it.
But you should
Bite into it like
bite
a.
into it.
All right.
Yes,
That was
that's
such
what
a,
the
so
internet is
aggressive.
all about. Yeah, I was gonna smash you. You just really went in there.
That was intense.
Yeah.
You want to have a bite?
Not at all now. I want to have a.
I'm not gonna shove your head in. I promise.
That was like you needed to sneak up
Just
on
a
it.
nibbler.
That was-
We got a nibbler here.
No, after
Please.
Bec,
Oh, why? Thank you. Yes.
Ugh.
Make this a little bit. Oh, it's good.
it's really good.
Evan, that was like you tried to sneak up on the cake. It wasn't fucking going nowhere.
You reacted in a way like you were never allowed to eat cake up until this moment, and then you were like, you got one chance, and it expires in 2 seconds. Go.
That's good. That's good cake.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steph.
Thanks, Steph.
You want a bite of this, Steph? You
Yeah,
want to
you
chomp?
should have a bite.
Jump in.
Come in.
Come chomp.
I mean, I guess we'll just cut the top off and then we can eat the rest. It's good.
Good work.
Yep.
All right.
It's delicious.
Applause for Steph. Steph does sound and the lights and And the screens.
And the cakes.
Steph does a lot of job. And the cakes.
And the
Whenever we have a
balloons.
cake on this show.
The balloons too.
And the balloons. Shoot
And
the balloons.
this.
And the decorations.
Yeah, usually there's a cake every show, but this is the only one that we're showing.
Any show you've ever watched on YouTube, they all eat a cake at the end.
Yeah.
But it's the laws of YouTube.
Even
The laws of
cooking
YouTube.
shows. The cooking shows, even if they don't cook,
Especially the cooking
Yeah.
show.
even if they cook like a steak, then they bring out the cake.
Dieting shows, gotta eat a cake.
Makeup.
Yeah.
They eat like
Cake.
a concealer sort of cake.
Yeah, foundation cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know those videos, it's like 12 hours of white noise? Eat a cake.
Yeah. Your lo-fi, constant, infinite stream.
Yeah.
That's at the end of that.
At the end of time.
That'll be a
cake.
cake.
Your remix of steamed hams. I was watching one yesterday. Anyway.
What other YouTube videos can we think of?
And your big metal bowl melting shit.
Yeah.
Cake.
Oh, the compressor ones, the one that's go
Cake.
Oh,
Cake.
yeah. They'll crush anything.
Vine compilations.
Yep.
Vine compilation.
Haikus. Mm-hmm. Cake.
Those weird ones that are like Frozen Elsa with Spider-Man.
Yep.
If you enjoy the show, you can subscribe to us on YouTube.
I don't know what she was talking about then.
And you can support us on Patreon, like I said at the top of the show. That obviously helps us a lot to make the show. Otherwise, we got no money and we can't make it.
No cake.
No cake.
Cake.
No cake.
No cake.
Go to patreon.com/gamergame or gamergame.com/Patreon.
Can I have another bite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Just as we like fade up. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
we fade up, like, you know, we pretend
Anyway,
to talk
thank
to
you
them.
everyone for supporting
Thank
us
you.
for a year.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's real good.
It's starting to feel like a weird cult thing where everyone eats the cake.